Okay. I will start, because look, since everyone is here now, let's start out looking at our pirate sheet. On the one side, you've got the name of your pirate. So it'll be like mine is the Doomed Pirate. Okay. And I've then have a map kind of what's called your constellation. And so on your constellation, there's 5 exclamation points that you will, the end goal of how you win the game, I guess, is to get all 5 exclamation points. We are not going to be playing a full game tonight. Full game is probably about 4 hours worth. And so we're just here to have fun together and experience the game. And, maybe later at some other time we can get together again and play a full game or whatever. One cool thing about the game is it's kind of got a clear halfway mark. You hit the halfway mark and it'll kind of tell you. And so that's a good, it has a way to save the game basically and tells you what things to write down and so forth. But if we're doing well, then we'll make the halfway mark and then we'll probably call it at that point. So, anyway, that was a little rabbit I chased there. But you've got the constellation, and so you're trying to accumulate the different exclamation points. All right, and those are called constellation points. Below that, you've got kind of a chart that is, you know what? Let me pull it up real quick just for our people that are watching and do not have a player sheet filled out or to look at. That way you can kind of see what I'm talking about.
There we go. Semi-lurking while I play Swordchart. Great. I'm just happy to see you, Lil.
Okay. So these are the player sheets here. So down below that constellation, you have kind of a skill chart. So you've got the different skills: exploration, brawn, hunting, aim, swagger, navigation. Starting out, you don't have any skills at all. Okay. And so as we play through the game, we'll do things and it'll be like, Marcus, you're doing an exploration task. So that's going to add 1 to your exploration.
Right.
So you'll mark like an X or something in the 1 column under exploration. Okay. And just kind of fill that in. So now you've got 1 point in exploration. In this sheet that I'm looking at, that square has a star in it also. So since it has a star in it, you're able to fill in a circle in your constellation. Rules on that are simple. Basically, you start at the black circle star that's in the middle and go out from there. So you can go, you'll go to the first one, pick a path, and go fill that one in. And then your next star that you fill in, you could go on down that path, or you could go down a different path starting from that black star. All right. So eventually, as you fill in those circles, you'll hit an exclamation point, and then you've got a constellation, your constellation point, and we'll talk about that in just a second on the other side of the sheet. Some of the different skills are going to be maxed out. So this sheet I'm looking at, you can only do 2 points in brawn before you max out, because there's like blue squares with white X's kind of crossing out the 3, 4, 5, 6 of brawn. So meaning you can't go any higher in that skill. All right. So you probably wouldn't, once you hit your 2 in brawn, you probably wouldn't want to do anything else with brawn because you're not going to be able to advance any further in that. Cool. So that's the skills.
Sweet.
On the flip side, you've got like 5 story blanks. We'll use those as we go through the game, Mad Lib style, filling in like you're telling your backstory. And then when you get the constellation points from hitting the exclamation point, on the first page, then you'll fill in as the game tells you, you cash in that constellation point basically for a constellation event and read that, and you get the benefits and stuff of your first constellation event. So we'll walk through that. If you're not following me, don't worry about it. We'll cover it when the time comes. So that's kind of your player sheet that you're looking at. Let me switch back to the game. I think that's what I meant to switch to. That's what I meant to switch to. Okay, so now when we get to a page, okay, this is kind of like, if you're not looking, go ahead and look at my stream here so you can see the board that I'm talking about. And if we actually, I need to cover the skills first. So each person is going to have one or more roles that we need to do, and they're very simple, so don't worry. But for example, we need a gunner, and Marcus is probably going to be the gunner.
I like being the gunner.
Right.
But if somebody else wants to be the gunner, they can.
Marcus isn't here.
Oh, I have pushed the talk off on. Sorry. Yes, I would like to be the gunner, but if somebody else wants to do it, I'm all for it.
Okay. Well, that's cool. The gunner is going to keep track of our cannons, and if those cannons are loaded or not. There's also dials to keep track of, like the enemy's hull and sails and that kind of stuff. So who would like to be the gunner?
Okay, then me. I will.
All right.
I don't know which roles would be more fun or not, so.
Okay, that's fine. Next up, we need someone to be a lookout. They're keeping track of threat. And so as things happen, we'll add threat to the threat track, basically. And then if we ever are told to check for threat, and we have, like, for example, on this objective, it's the threat max is 2, because we see 2 symbols there. So if we have 2 threat, then something bad will happen. We have to deal with that. So anyway, someone needs to keep track of threat, and that is the lookout. Who would like to be the lookout?
I can do that.
Okay. We need a Cooper, and they're keeping track of supplies. Basically as we spend supplies feeding our people or whatever, then, this will go up and down. If we ever hit 0, that's fine. Just we won't be able to eat, something like that, and that'll make our crew mad. But anyway, so we need someone to be our Cooper, keeping track of supplies. Who'd like to do that?
Well, since I chose quartermaster, I guess that would be me.
Okay, go for Cooper. Go ahead and hit take Cooper.
Sorry, looking.
There we
That's
go.
fine. Under available roles, there's take Cooper, take first mate, take boatswain.
Cool.
You see that?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Fine.
Story and treasure.
I will, here, let me switch to that on my screen so you can see.
I'll be right back.
So we've got the web app page.
Oh, I think I've moved forward from that to join the game or to play, and so I guess I need to back up.
Yeah.
So do I need to print out that player sheet in order to mark on it?
That would be best, yes. If you can't modify the All right, cool. I see that you got Cooper. So good. Since you've already got Quartermaster, I will go ahead and explain what that one is. And so Quartermaster is.
My bad. I didn't see that Quartermaster was a separate thing. I thought Cooper met the Quartermaster definition. Go ahead.
Gotcha. Quartermaster is keeping track of infamy. So in this game, you want to be more than famous, and that lets you go first. It's kind of like turn order in the game. So that the Quartermaster keeps track of that.
Sorry, everybody.
Different things, as you succeed or fail extraordinarily in things, then it's going to bump up your infamy or lower your infamy. So the Quartermaster will be keeping track of that too. So, and we don't have a full 7, so we are going to need people doing more than one thing. So appreciate you doing that, Stony.
You bet.
Also is the first mate. They're keeping track of 2 things, which is the crew. As the crew goes down, then there's also like a little number here under their mouth that shows how many supplies it takes to feed that number of crew. So you see at 8 crew, it takes 4 supplies to feed us. Also, there is the discontent. So as if we have to go hungry or something like that, that's going to bump up our discontent. Or something happens where you don't let them get their rum or whatever, then that's going to bump up discontent. Or they do you do a great job rallying the troops, that'll drop discontent or something like that. So if these 2 ever meet, then we lose the game. All right. So someone needs to be first mate. Katsumi, you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll be first mate.
Okay. On the web app, just click take first mate. You see that? There you go. Cool. And then also we need someone to be a boatswain. They're keeping track of the hull. As we do battle, encounter sea monsters, whatever, then our hull will go up. Also, it'll take supplies or whatever to, repair the hull. So to make it go back up. So if the hull ever hits 0, we lose the game. So we need to be careful on that. Who would like to be boatswain? Or I don't mind running 2 as well, since everyone has a role now.
I say you do it.
I can do it.
Perfect. I'm so excited to play. There's gonna be a lot of R's.
Arr.
And just so everybody knows, the one thing you want to avoid is me being able to navigate the ship.
We've already discussed that a little bit before you got here.
All right. I'm the wild card.
Man. All right, so now everybody's got the roles. We can hit play on the web app, and that'll take us to kind of the board, the web interface for the board or whatever, like the remote play tool. Also, a role is the ship scribe, and so I've got another page printed out to be able to keep track of different things that happen in the game and stuff. All right. I think. Oh, okay. So in the game, we will be choosing different options. So on your web app, you say, I want to do this option. You just click on, chart a course or whatever, and you can click on it again to clear that. So that's how you select which action you want to do. We'll be doing this in infamy order. So it randomly selected me and then DP, Stony, so forth, for the infamy order. When we're looking at this, red items have to be done. Okay, so if we get down to the end and 2 of those items aren't done, then the last 2 people have to choose those red. So we have to feed hungry crew, and we have to sail. All right. The other, like the blue, which is chart a course, see how it's just like a single pirate on there? That means only one person can select that action. So once that one's chosen, then nobody else can choose that one. You can see that like chart a course has a white telescope on it. That means that it's going to improve your exploration skill. And then so this one has the fish, which means it's going to improve your hunting skill.
Excuse me. I need to reboot, so I'll be back in about a minute.
Okay.
Thanks.
Sure. You can tell from the other icons, you know, this means supplies, treasure, and infamy. So those are the things that are involved with potentially with choosing that action on fish.
Oops. I just spilled water everywhere.
The green ones have multiple pirates on it. That means multiple people can choose that action.
Does that mean multiple R's?
Arr, yes. And especially with cannons, often you need to have multiple people shooting cannons.
Hey, Albus.
Yeah.
So on my chart of abilities, let's say for me personally, hunting, I'm not blocked off from going a full 7. So would choosing chart a course, which gives me a hunting boost, is that pointless, or will that help me get to 7 faster?
So chart of course does exploration. It's got the telescope.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me ask that again. The fish.
So fish, you can see that's going to get you a point. That'll let you add 1 point to your hunting ability.
So that means progress faster through.
Right. So just your hunting won't have that cap until you hit 7. So yeah. And the way that's going to do is, I don't know if you can see my screen, but say it shows fishing. Then it's going to say add 1 to your hunting ability, and then you're going to do a hunting check.
Hunting check?
So that means you're going to roll your D12, and you will add whatever your hunting skill is now after you added that point. So first round, obviously, you're only going to have 1 point in hunting. But so say you rolled a 7, you add 1 from your hunting skill, so that makes it 8. But say you also had a treasure card that added 1 to your hunting ability, so that'd make it 9. So you'd report, I've got a 9, and so then this is what will happen. We'd add 2 supplies, and you get a treasure card.
Okay, I think I follow.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. Once everybody's selected their what action they're going to do, we go through it in the action order and end up with sailing, and that's kind of pretty much it. One thing I did want to point out, a lot of times there's these question mark type things. Captain's quarters, captain's mission is another option there. And those are going to be pretty heavy, not heavy, but, they're going to be story elements. So, you won't necessarily get any skills out of it. You may, but you may not. But, it's going to be kind of progressing the story along and that kind of thing. So, All right. That's kind of like how the game works. Let's
do
go
this.
through. Go ahead. What?
I said, let's do this.
Yeah. So let's go through quick game setup, and this will give us all a chance to view or use our skills or whatever for our role on the web app.
Is this the drinking
So
game?
our supplies need to be
could.
at 10, which it is
Every time
already.
somebody says, "Arr," take a drink.
Discontent is at 0. Crew needs to be 9. So our crew is who's in charge of our crew?
Fezgig is so happy. I'm so happy to
I
see
think that was Katsumi. There you go. Cool. And then our hull is 5, so that's me. Oop. Okay.
Don't you bring it down to 4. I saw you.
Not with you and the crew. All
So,
right. Our
None of the
canning.
things are changing on my screen.
I'm sorry.
This is not changing on my screen, is it? Do I need to do something?
It should be changing. Are you looking at the web app?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I need
At
to
the top
re-log
right,
in or
there's
something.
the hull, the supplies, the discontent crew.
Yeah, I see those. I just none of them have changed.
Do all of our names show up in the middle?
Yep.
All right, then just refresh the page, maybe.
So your hull says 8 or something now?
Yeah. No, I refreshed it and it says 5 now.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
So we're good.
It may be from when you restarted your computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see if it changes. Can you change something again just to see if I can see it?
Sure. Just drop the hull to 4.
Yep, I saw it. Okay, good.
All right. Great. Cannons. We need 1 level 1 loaded and 1 level 1 unloaded.
Done.
Okay. Everyone needs to draw
Arr,
a treasure card.
drink.
So there, below the objective there's treasure. It says draw pile 66, and just click on the plus next to that, and that'll draw a treasure card for you. It'll place it kind of towards the bottom of your screen. You can pop up that yellow,
Is it
section.
66?
I'm sorry.
Treasure card 66?
There you go.
No, is that what you want us to take?
No, hit the plus next to it, and it'll draw 1 for you.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then you can pop that yellow
Discard
up to actually read the
gain
card if you want.
aim or supplies.
Also
plus
notice
2. We're
if
gonna need
you
that.
like on mine, I have
Boom.
it does a +1 to brawn and +1 to exploration, kind of at the bottom. So make sure you add that to any rolls that you do for those skills. Stony, I see yours does 1 for brawn, and everyone else just are use cards, and those can be used on your turn if you want to do it. If you want to do that action or whatever, you just do that on your turn. What do y'all want for our ship name?
The Argonaut.
There you go.
I use all 10 of the pirate letters.
Perfect. Arr! Drink, Fezgig.
Which is I and the 7 C's.
You know what a pirate's favorite letter is, right?
Crickets.
Come on, y'all.
Well, there's R, but I bet it's something more clever than that.
It is. You would think it's R, but 'tis the sea he loves. Okay. Dad joke. All right. We have everything set up. Here's the map. So here's the map. Here's our ship. This is the ship that is after us. And here's the island that we're trying to get to. All right. Obviously, we can't sail through the rocks.
What is that symbol in the just south of the rocks?
This one here, that's another island. Yep.
So we have to go around that too if we're going to our destination.
Not necessarily. We can go here. It's just kind of an unknown what that is. So.
Oh, okay. So that whole column is a bunch of unknown.
Yeah, it's the edge of the sea, edge of the ocean. So. All right. I think we're good to go. My screen go. Hang on. Did I close my screen? I think I closed my screen. What a noob. Sorry, y'all. Be right there. Okay, so now we're ready to start. So let's do our backstories. We'll just go in infamy order. And that's me. All right, so I'll start us out. The backstory of the doomed pirate. Few pirates have witnessed their own death, but I have. When I signed in to Captain Obvious's crew, I had only thoughts of an easy voyage and a quick payday, but the fool was obsessed with treasure found in ancient and cursed ruins. He followed the captain to Skull Island on rumors of an ancient treasure in a mysterious cave, but the treasure was cursed. Each person who touched the treasure saw the moment of their death, including me. The vision came in a whirlwind, but I clearly saw the sign O, the Mandalorian Iron Heart, and the roar of a cannon. The vision haunts my dreams as I search for a way to change me fate before I run out of time. All right, next up, DP.
Okay, I didn't fill in any of the blanks, so there'll be some delays here.
Okay, why don't you do that? We'll move on to Stony.
Okay.
Okay, I read all this, huh?
The backstory.
Okay, my first kill was a man named Garby Gilweed, and he was easy enough. It only took me one whispering Peter grapple gouge to the neck, and he fell like a ton of bricks. Assuming bricks made wet, gurgling noises. The second was a woman, Alyssa Barnes. She gave a little more fight, but went down just the same. They start to blur together after that. By my count, 3.14 heptagoogle pirates have lost their lives to me, mostly by my coxswain's titular hammer of slapping. But many by my hands alone.
All right.
No, I've got quite a bit more.
Okay.
No mission has ever been without its challenges, but this one, the new mission, is going to require all the tools I have at my disposal. It's the first time I've been tasked with taking out a family.
Fixed it.
A unique assignment made all the more interesting by the family's reputation. The White Barbs family are no ordinary brood. Many are well-known, high-ranking members of the Lavender Syndicate. They're a ruthlessly violent group of assassins, like myself, used by criminals and royals alike to further their personal aims. It ain't going to be an easy assignment, but it'll pay well, and where And when's the last time? And when's the last time I get to take some actual bad guys out for a change? That's all.
All right. Cool.
Eh. So I got some words.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The Pussycat. That's what the royals called my homeland. 'Twas a place of hard beauty, where warriors were born, living and dying by sword and axe. But despite their prowess, my people fell when Captain Bilius brought the Royal Navy
Yes.
to our shores. The
So it's a
royals
board game.
used
And it's a board game. It's
tickle
called Forgotten
fights
Waters. And
on my people
it's kind of like
for
D&D.
no
You still
reason
roll
other
dice
than
and
that
all
they
that stuff.
knew
So yeah,
they
it's a
could.
version of
In
that.
the end, no one survived, except me. Born again in the flaming ruin of all
Thanks
that
for
I
coming back.
knew and loved. My Pauline petticoat was dead. My modest barbarian home insurance business was bankrupt. My left hand was not but a bloody stump after being tickle fighted by the royal soldier, and I bellowed into the frozen night up to the uncaring
Oh, when I
stars
saw
that
podcast, I had to.
that sat in this is really
love the
small type for me. That
love
sat in the black
Well, thanks.
sky
I'm really happy you
blazing
stopped
there
by.
by uncaring gods.
Do you play with AIE?
Lost in a drift in a world I no longer
Or did you
knew.
just
I
stumble
wandered for
across
years
us?
until joining a pirate crew that valued my martial prowess. Now I am the last survivor of the I don't know what number that is, so it's 3 of the tickle fight, and I will see that Captain Bilius pays in blood.
All right, tickle fights. The dreaded tickle fight.
Better
All
than
right.
the comfy chair.
Katsumi, why don't you do yours, please?
The old
Oh, I
pirates
came
say they
across
found
when
me on a
Chimera
sandy
raided you a
beach,
few
washed
weeks
up
back and
by
liked
the
way
tide
you ran your
as
channel. Thank you
on
so
an unnamed
much.
island. I was not but a wee 3-year-old
That's so
when I was
nice of you.
found swaddled in seaweed. Touched by my plight and recognizing
Well, I'm
I was
glad
so
you're here.
ugly, it was highly unlikely anyone else would take me in. The pirates made me part of the crew and raised me themselves. I always wondered where I came from, though I were half afraid to find out. Perhaps my parents had discarded me when they saw my crooked smile, my large webbed feet, and my cauliflower-shaped nose? Then one day, while at the sea, I found a
Awesome.
box caught up in a net containing a letter inside. Has anyone seen our child at Red? It's been an awful long while since they were lost. Here's a drawing of them in case you see them, and a map where they can find us. If you do see them, tell them to come home soon. When I looked at the drawing, I couldn't help but see the resemblance. It was almost my face exactly. My old captain said the map didn't make so much sense, but I've held on to it all this time, hoping that someday I'll receive another clue. The only thing I could make out on the map was a peculiar drawing of a black cat drawn next to an island named Home.
Named what?
Home, as in go
Alright.
home.
I'm happy you're
All
here.
right, Marcus.
All right. I've served on a dozen pirate ships under legendary pirates like Jonesy Two Eyes and the dreaded Maria Piranha Tongue. I've led the charge against countless foes in battle and proven my worth as a shipmate and warrior. Time and time again, I've amassed rare treasures like the Crown of the Eagle, the Crimson Capo Cavalier, and the Glided Beta of Cesarin. I've traveled to distant lands like the Montesio Salamander, the Forbidden City of Golova, and the Tomb of the Sleeping Medusa. I'm a true pirate, for the love of the sea and an eye for adventure. And I ain't. Several of me fellow pirates continue to claim a magically animated skeleton. These rumors continue to dog me and follow me from ship to ship. But how could I possibly be a magically animated skeleton? That ain't possible. I'm a pirate. A damn good one. And not a magically animated skeleton.
A little defensive, eh?
Hey.
No
Alright.
bones about it.
So, well, I'm happy you're
All
here.
right, cool.
So most nights on Saturdays is my
Well, I
SOTOR
am
story stuff, or I play a different game. It's really my
going
lighthearted
to
stuff where
switch.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays I
have
do
to switch back
raiding
and forth.
in game.
This game comes with voice acted narrative and stuff, so it's really good. But I have to switch back and forth on that on my Discord, so everybody can view that or hear that. So anyway, it takes me just a few seconds between. I'm going to play a few seconds of this. I have heard that on the feedback that the streaming sounds a little quiet, so you can adjust. If you click on my stream, the little three dots there, I think it is, you should be able to adjust this volume of my stream, and that'll help you hear a little better.
Yep.
So I'm going to play about 5 seconds, let everybody adjust the sound if they think they need to, and then I'll start it back over.
Long ago, people spoke of a land called Sun.
All right, everyone can hear that, correct?
Yep.
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 I'm going to start it over. Hopefully you've adjusted your sound now.
Long ago, people spoke of a land called Sunset. A place full of honorable merfolk, powerful witches, towering monsters, and legendary pirates. A world that stretched so far and wide that not even the royal mounts could claim dominion over it. But as the years passed and the world twisted, the legend of Sunset faded and most forgot about its wonder. Most except Captain Jesbert J. Vance. He never for a moment questioned that Sunset was real and spent his life searching for it. Now an old man, he has decided to set off on one last adventure to find the fabled waters of Sunset and has convinced you to join him. Your quest begins in search of the fabled Clearing Stone. Captain Vance is convinced it is the key to getting into Sunset. You have struck some luck in acquiring a map that should lead you to the stone, but none of you can understand it in its entirety. Because of this, you sail to Precipice Island, where an old friend of the captain may be able to decipher the map. The quest seems easy enough, but Captain Vance's previous adventures have made him some enemies, most notable of which is the Royal Mont family, who have hired the notorious Captain Razor to hunt you down.
All right, so someone can switch us to page 19 on the web app, and I will switch us on Tabletop.
Is that anybody's job? Or no?
No, I think anybody can do it.
On it. Done.
Okay. And so we begin.
is it Back
and we go in infamy order. So I'm just going to
back that. So like
pick
I said,
a
Saturdays
skill
are usually
here.
some Toy Story stuff.
I'll go to the market.
But
So I'm just clicking on market. DP. You can choose anything other than market.
Okay, how do I choose?
Just click on it on the web
Oh, I
app.
see. Okay.
Okay. Oh, quick side note: buried treasure. lets you discard one of your you get rid of one of your trash, I should say, one of your treasure cards, and that lets you fill in an extra circle on your constellation. So if you want to choose that, you're welcome to do that instead. Otherwise, Stony.
I'll do that one.
Okay, Katsumi. You want me to call you Kat or Kate or Katsumi?
I don't care either way.
Okay. And Marcus. Okay. So now we go in order of the actions. So we start out at market, which is me. So I'm going to bump up my swagger. And then I perform a swagger check. So I'm rolling my dice. Rolled a 7. So I add 1 to that. So that's an 8. So I get to choose 2 of the options.
Should we be able to see your screen, Albus?
Oh,
Yes, you can switch to the stream. Did I not share that? Oh, I didn't see it. Sorry. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So I'm choosing 2. I can get supplies, which were maxed out already, so I'm not going to do that one. Gather news from the locals, which gives me a reroll. Whenever you'll need to keep track of rerolls on your sheet, and whenever you do a check or whatever, you can choose to reroll that and just mark it off your sheet that you used that reroll. Get something nice. I can spend a supply to gain some treasure. I could get a cool haircut to spend a supply and bump up by infamy. I'm already on the top, so I'm not going to do that one. And then get a cannon. I can spend 2 supplies to get a level 2 or lower cannon.
Arr.
I'm going to do that one. So let's drop supplies by 2 and add a level 2 loaded cannon.
Done.
All right. Who's our Cooper? That's Stonewall.
That's me, so I'd manually drop it by 2.
Yes, sir. Yep. Cool.
Shoo.
All right. So that's my first choice. And you know what? I will get a reroll token. So just mark that on my sheet. Okay. So I'm done. Abandoned houses is cat. So bump up your exploration by 1. And then perform an exploration check.
So rolled a 9 plus 1, that makes it a 10.
Okay, that means you get to gain a treasure card. So again, just hit the little plus next to treasure. And so there you go. Notice that that one has the bonuses for exploration and navigation. So remember to add that when you roll. Cool. All right. Tipsy Taurus is DP. So he's going to intimidate the barkeep. So our crew goes up by 1. DP, your brawn goes up by 1, and then do a brawn check.
Okay, I roll a 12-sider, is it?
Yes, sir.
I noticed they go up beyond 12. Is there pluses or something involved?
Yes. So you'll roll your die, and then you're going to add your brawn skill, which will now at least will be 1. And
Oh, I
then
see.
and then if you have a treasure card that adds to your brawn, Well, so for example, your treasure card says you can discard this when performing a brawn check to add 3 to your result. So if you so choose, you could discard that card and add 3.
And that's before I roll?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
before performing it.
Might as well do that. How do I discard it?
You should have a little trash can next to it, I think.
Yeah, I see.
So you're going to roll and then add 4. 1 from your skill, 3 from your card.
Well, I didn't roll very well. I rolled a 2, so that's 6. Reroll.
Still a 6?
Yeah, so that says reroll +1.
No, we're on the Tipsy
Okay.
Tortoise.
Okay, roll a
So,
6. Okay.
Yep.
Read
So
entry
6.
299.
299. Oh. Okay, here we go.
Give me a drink on the house, you snarl. Make it quick and maybe I won't beat you so badly. I am a pirate after all. The barkeep stares at you with a blank, unresponsive face. What aren't you getting here? You demand. I want a free drink and I want it now, 'cause otherwise I'll beat your face. I'm a pirate, see? You are ushered to a smoky back room. There you are met by a woman in a strangely elegant dress, wearing an ebon mask over her face.
I hear you're a pirate.
She whispers.
I have use of a pirate.
Why do you wear a mask? You ask nervously, and the strange woman smiles demurely and reveals her face. You return to the ship 4 hours later, your hair ghostly white, and with strange markings beneath your eyes.
All right, so Misfortune, you need to mark that on your character sheet. The way that works is it's a banana peel notice. So the way that works is whenever you do a check, your next check, you'll roll twice, and you have to take the lower of the numbers for your roll. All right. DP's
My
infamy
drops down.
goes down by 1. Stonewall.
Okay. I'm a little bit lost. I gotta confess.
Okay. The infamy is in the middle of the screen on the web. And you should be able to just drop him down by 1. He's Arnold the Nasty.
Okay.
There you go. All right, DP, you need to grab card
Here we go.
23.
Almost
So
my turn.
next, over there where the treasure cards are, there's a story section. Type in 23 and hit take. There you go.
Okay.
And so, after performing an exploration check, you get 2 more exploration cards. Or, I'm sorry, 2 more misfortune tokens. So, you want to try to avoid that. So there you go.
Is it possible to discard that, or is that a special thing?
Let's see. Not that I know of. Not that I know of.
Well, this is a fun game.
So far, it seems really fun.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
I just had a pretty bad turn, though.
Yeah, right.
Welcome
Your
to my
dice
world,
obviously
DP.
hate you.
If it was a treasure card, yes, but that's a story card, so I'm not sure you can get rid of story cards.
Albus, you want to go back to your tabletop?
I will.
And then it says lock action 3. Who does that?
I just did that on the web app. So,
It says stream paused now on the
Okay.
stream.
All right. We're about to read another thing, so I'm going to leave that up. Marcus, roll a die. Going to Psychic's Shanty.
3.
Okay, so number 302.
This isn't going to be good. Your stream is paused, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm looking for sure where it went.
Oh, it says you have
Must have
minimized
or something.
the application. Yeah,
There we go.
There it is.
there it goes.
Okay.
Wait, I didn't even get a drink.
Uh-oh.
Huh.
I see you choking to death on a tuna sandwich.
Says the psychic.
I'd say you've got about 10 minutes.
I was gonna eat me lunch soon, you gasp.
Then I suggest you visit the establishment across the street. They do not serve tuna sandwiches, just good food at reasonable prices.
You believe her. And so you march right out of Honest Maddie's psychic hut and straight into Honest Maddie's old-timey kitchen.
All right, Marcus, you get a reroll token.
Hell yeah.
We lock 4, which is the little padlock next to that. All right, and Stonewall is burying treasure. So you can discard up to 2 treasure cards, and for each one that you do, you get to fill in a circle on your constellation map.
Yeah.
Okay, so
just hit the
so I tossed one.
toss it and just fill in on your constellation thing, fill in your first circle.
And this is on my printed paper, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
And I start with the center, the darkened circle, right?
Correct. Yep. Well, I mean, you don't have to fill that one in. It'll be connected. One of those that is connected to that.
Oh, okay. All right. So that one is a given. All right. Gotcha.
Right. Right. All right. Cool. So that is everyone. So we're end of the round. Is 808. So our threat goes up by 1. Who is keeping track of threat? It's the lookout.
Oh, I
think
guess that's me. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
And no one's had enough to do a constellation event yet, so
Nope.
So then the highest infamy player chooses one of the following. That is me. So do we stay and lose a crew, or do we leave? I'm going to leave.
Arr.
And I better do it now while Marcus is not the one.
I'm definitely that guy. I'll be right back.
All right, so we're here. I'm going away from the ship there, so I'm going to go to this one. Shuffle that. All right, 25. Okay, this is for the person with the lowest infamy, which is Marcus, so we'll need to wait for him to get back.
What do the numbers mean on the tokens?
It's what entry to put into the app. See what happens.
Okay.
I'm back.
All right, Marcus, this is for you because you're the lowest infamy.
All right. What do I have to do? Do I get to move the ship?
Hang on. Nope. Sorry, I forgot to switch the app. Man, I'm sloppy. All right, try it again.
Is shockingly recognizable. Emily to raid its the passenger ship
Okay, here
is
we
an easy catch. You and the crew board it and begin to raid its cabins. But one passenger is shockingly recognizable. Emily? You ask her. She nods her head silently. She seems mute, and you notice the large scar on her neck that travels down her shoulder. Seeing her here now floods your mind with memories and the sad realization that the world you left behind did this to her.
All right, Marcus, do you push aside sentimentality and the friendship you once held dear, continue with what you're there for and leave her? Or do you untie her and plead with the captain to stop the raid?
Light side choice. We untie her and plead with the captain to stop the raid.
All right.
Feelings in pirating don't mix, me hearty,
Warns the captain.
but so be it. For the respect I holds for you, I'll call off the raid.
Though you tell Emily to stay with her ship, she insists on joining you. The time spent with her is pleasant, and 2 days pass swiftly by. Then you discover the captain of Emily's last ship has alerted the Royal Navy. As your ship braces for an attack, you can feel the angry stares of your shipmates prickling your skin.
Marcus!
Did it again.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All for a woman.
Crew goes up by 1, which we're already maxed out. Let's see.
Ooh, I go up on
Avast, me
3
hearties.
and infamy.
How goes it here in your forgotten waters?
It's
going Hey.
good there, Max.
Ah, good to hear.
What's up, Max?
Hey, just checking in. We've got a whole bunch of stuff going on tonight, which is really cool.
Great.
I don't know if you saw, but Nick Verne set up a miniature strategic Star Wars Legion game.
I saw something about that. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. So he's got that going in board game room too. And then we got another D&D session that just started, and casual games still cracking.
It's a packed house.
Sweet.
Yeah, this is looking good. I'm just
Okay.
popping in and out, seeing how everything's going. Everything going good here?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Marcus is doing his normal thing, getting us in trouble.
So
Getting the
it's,
Royal Navy after us.
Yep. So it says I move up 3 spots on the infamy chart.
Yep.
That means
So
I'm number
that's
2.
Stony.
And
Yoder.
3 spots. Okay.
Oh, yeah. This is how it happens. I'm gonna be at the top. Don't worry. We're all gonna die.
Discontent goes up by 2.
Oh no, that's not good. Oh, thank you so much for hanging out
I think
with me.
that's
I appreciate it.
Alright.
You're awesome.
And
See you again.
then now we go to page 55. Someone will do that on the web for me.
I'm there.
Thanks.
Yeah, I got your back.
All right, is Hawkeye written on the ship's log? No, it's not. Okay, cannoneer, whatever. Cannon dude. Set dial A to 5 and dial B to 7.
Enemy
Okay.
sails at 7.
All right. The hull, obviously, if we get their hull to 0, then we're sinking them. The sails is if we want to try to outrun them. All right. So, first up is me. So I guess I will. See, we have 2 loaded cannons. Now remember, just real quick, you can still fire the cannons even if we don't have loaded cannons. I know that's not totally thematic, but what cannons do is add to your aim roll. So a level 1, you can see the little +3 on it, and a level 2 cannon has the +5 up there. So that means you're going to use that cannon and be able to add 3, to the roll. All right. So I will rally the troops. Marcus,
Yep.
you're up.
Fire cannons.
Stonewall. Or Dywit. Dywit, Stonewall.
I don't know how to fire the cannon.
You just click on the 3 and that puts your marker there. There you go. Arnold the Nasty.
You can have any number of people firing the cannons?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm actually going to do something else, though. Actually, if I do load cannons, does that load the unloaded one?
Yes, that
Or
would
all of them.
That would load 1.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and load 1.
All right. And Landlubber Kate.
Guess I'm going to gather debris then.
Okay, good. So all right, I'm rallying the troops with my swagger. Chose the second thing. And I'm going to perform a check. 6 plus 2 is 8. So I get to choose 2 of those. Choose any player that gets, and they get. I can get a reroll token. I can choose any player gains a skill of my choice. Choose another player, and they get 2 reroll tokens, or I can reduce either dial by 1. I am going to reduce dial A by 1. And then choose another player. I'm going to bump up a Stonewall. Why don't you bump up your aim by 1 since you're firing cannons? Got it?
Do I just do that on my paper?
Yeah, on your paper. Go ahead and mark the next aim. Okay. Arnold the Nasty. You get to choose 2 of the following. You spend 1 supply to flip a cannon, basically to load a cannon. You can bump up your infamy by 1, or you can re-roll or gain a reroll.
Okay, I'm going to choose the first 2. Load
Okay.
cannon and up my infamy.
So drop our supplies by 1, load a cannon. So Marcus and Stonewall, that's you.
Yep.
It's not updated on my screen, at least. Did you guys do that?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do.
You're lowering supplies by 1. Okay. And Marcus,
Yeah.
load that cannon that's unloaded.
Done.
There you go. All right. And then you said the second one you're doing DP?
Yeah, the infinity +1.
Okay. So that's bump up Arnold the Nasty in his infamy. Stonewall. There you go.
Thank you, matey.
All right. So that's DP. So now we're down to firing cannons. And so Marcus will go first. Marcus, add 1 to your aim.
Okay.
I don't think you reduced the hull by 1, Marcus, on
No.
my turn.
I didn't think you did just because we were firing a cannon.
You don't, but on my turn, I chose to reduce their hull by 1.
Oh, their hull. Okay.
Yep.
Done. All right. And do I roll?
So do you want to use a cannon?
Yeah.
All right, which one?
I'm going to go with the level 2, which is the +5.
Okay. So unload that. And which are you shooting at, A or B, the hull or the sails?
The hull.
Okay. All right. You already added 1 to your aim, right? And
Yep.
Go ahead and do your roll.
Okay, I got a 10 +1, which is 11, and then it's +5 for the level 2.
Nice.
16.
16. So reduce A by 2 and
Boom.
bump up his infamy by 1. Oh,
Arr.
crap. That means he's on top. All right. Let's see. Stonewall, your turn. So bump up your aim by 1. And
Okay. How do I roll?
Oh, here, I'm going to put this in the... Hold on one sec.
if you don't have a physical die, you can just go to Google
I got
and
'em.
type in roll D12.
Go to board game chat. That's what I use.
Oh yeah, you can do it right in Discord.
Oh no, I put the link to the one I'm using.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so did you get the link there?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, 7
Yes.
+1.
Plus.
Wait just a second. Did you identify what are you shooting at, the A or B, the hull or the sails?
The hull.
Okay. And did you want to use a cannon or not?
Yeah, I mean, if I said no, what would I use?
You can do it. You just don't get the bonus that the cannon gives you.
Oh, I got you. Yes, definitely. Let's use the it doesn't matter, they're both the same, so the left one.
Yeah. All right.
That's
So you're going to
+3.
add 3 because of the cannon. And then you've got at least 2 skill in your aim.
Right. Yes, 2.
All right. And then whatever you roll.
So I rolled the 7 then 3 of the cannon, so 10, 11, 12.
Okay. So A is going down by 1. Marcus?
I'm on it. I was getting over there.
All right. And all right. So we're good. And so now Landlubber Kate is gathering debris. So bump up your hunting by 1 and do a hunting check.
All right, so a 6 plus 1 would be a 7.
Okay. So you get to pick 2 of the following. You can do add 1 to supplies. You can get a treasure card, or you can get a reroll.
All right, well, adding 1 to the supplies seems like a good thing.
Okay.
We need them to load the canyons. And I guess I'll take the reroll token.
Okay.
So did you say we're going to load the cannons?
Well, that's why she's doing the supplies.
Okay.
So.
I just flipped it. That's why.
Well.
Oh, wait.
No, it's not loaded.
Yeah, it's not loaded yet, but she's just doing that so we can load it.
Okay.
All right, and okay, so I saw, and then you're just marking the reroll token on your sheet, right?
Correct.
All right, so that is the end. $8.26 for the end of the round. Nope, we didn't move. Is dial A at 0? No. Is dial B at 0? No.
They attack.
All right, somebody roll a die for me.
8.
8. Somebody besides Marcus, roll a die for me. Okay. Reduce hull, crew, and/or supplies by a total of 4. I think crew.
Yes, all of them.
Well, it's a total of 4, so we get to choose how many of which.
Right.
Right.
Maybe 3 crew and 1 supplies or something like that.
Yeah, crew is definitely more expendable than supplies.
Right. What's everybody else think?
Besides, the crew will probably get discontent at some point, so let's reduce them.
Okay, so we dropped crew by 3. Do we want to drop supplies by 1?
Sure.
Okay. All right, and I saw supplies go down by 1, so. All right, new round. So Marcus is first.
We're going to sink the ship.
All right, next up is me.
Oh, I do have a question. I did not load a cannon in that last turn for whoever wanted to load the cannon.
Right, we didn't have the ability to do that. She was gaining supplies, so we.
Okay.
Because it takes supplies to load cannons.
Correct. Okay, just making sure.
Yep, no problem. I'm gonna gather debris. Arnold the Nasty.
I'm going to fire a cannon. I've always wanted to do that.
Okay. Thywood Stonewall.
What? I'm sorry.
Which action are you choosing?
Let's see. We have 1 loaded cannon, right?
Mm-hmm.
and there's one person after me, so we have one loaded cannon. If I load one, then she could fire, and then we'll be in the next round.
We have 2 people firing cannons already. So,
look at that Nova car. It's beautiful, right? It's
Okay,
Loading one, and then we both get a cannon to fire.
okay, I'll load one.
okay. Go ahead and click on that. Landlubber Kate.
All right.
Landlubber.
All right. First up is Landlubber. What? Bump up your swagger by 1, Kate, and do a swagger check.
All right, so a 7.
Okay, so you get to do 2 of the following. Get a reroll token, choose another player to get a skill of your choice, choose another player that gets 2 reroll tokens, or reduce a dial by 1.
So let's reduce the hole there by 1.
Okay.
And
Marcus, that's you.
What'd you say?
Reduce dial A by 1.
Got it.
Does that just sync it?
It did. Well, we still continue the round, but yeah.
and I guess we will up Arnold's aim.
Okay. Arnold the Nasty. Increase your aim by 1. All right. Thywit Stonewall, you're loading cannons. You get to do 2 of the following. Spend a supply to load a cannon. And you can do that multiple times. Any of these, I guess, of these particular ones, you can do multiple times. So spend a supply to load a cannon. Bump up your infamy by 1. Or gain a reroll token.
Okay, maybe I probably may have missed something. Are we supposed to draw at the beginning of the turn?
Draw.
Like I don't have any. Yeah, card from the draw pile or anything.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so I don't have any. So I don't have any cards. So spending supplies from our group supplies.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
we're at 7. 7's a good number to be at. You know, getting a reroll token can really help the team later. It's not about being selfish. And then what was the third thing?
Infamy up by 1. That'll bump you up in the infamy chart.
Okay, yeah, I'll do 1 of each. 1 reroll and 1 infamy.
Okay. So bump yourself up on the infamy, and then just mark a reroll on your chart.
Okay.
All right, Marcus, you're firing cannons first, so bump up your aim by 1.
Okay. And
Choose.
I'm not going to shoot it because the hull's at 0. I'm going to save it.
Well,
I'm not going to use the loaded one, I should say.
Okay, I got you. I was going to say we still have to go through, finish the round, so
Right.
You're just not going to use a cannon.
You
So-
you could just get 2 reroll tokens if you want.
No, he still has to fire the cannon. So
Right.
go ahead and do a aim roll.
3.
Really? Oh, man, what'd you roll?
A 3.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, but +2, so that's 3. That's 5.
so lower his infamy by 1.
No.
That's Yoder, Stonewall.
I get
All right. And Arnold the Nasty, bump up your aim by 1 and do an aim check.
Oh, that stinks.
And that's just a 12-sider again, right?
Yes, sir.
I should have used my reroll token.
Rolled a 10, so this is a 12.
Boom.
All right. So you hit, A or whatever.
I guess I'll go after the sails.
Okay. But it didn't affect your infamy either way. So so we're good on that. And then gather debris. That's me. So I'm gonna bump
What
up
up,
my hunting
Kogus?
by 1.
This thing is on.
That gives
Just
me
playing a board game for the AIECon.
a circle.
Thanks for coming by. How are you, brother?
And
That's so good to know. Good to hear.
a hunting
Yeah,
check.
microphone. Oh, I don't know where it is.
Oh, I forgot
Just
to
gonna get
ask.
it. Microphone check,
clarify, the stars on the chart, do
Check.
those give you a fill in the circle or what?
Yes, the stars
Nice.
on your skills.
Yes.
Once you
3 hours.
cross off a square that's got a star,
Oh, damn.
then that
I
lets
wouldn't
you
sleep.
fill in
If
a
that was
circle
me,
on your
I would not
constellation.
sleep. Be up all night.
Doesn't
So
matter which one.
no, it just has to be connected to. You have to start with
But,
one that's connected to the
You'll have to
black
go
star
back
in the middle.
and watch
then
the
from
stream
there,
for the indie game
Has to
Oh,
either
I
be
see.
connected
developer
to that or one that you've
panel
already
that I
filled in.
hosted. It was really good.
All right. Well, I rolled pretty bad. 2 plus 3 on my hunting. No bonuses, so yeah. But I get to choose one. I will need to do supplies. I think I may do a treasure. Gonna be a little bit selfish there.
I like it. That's a pirate way. Arr.
Discard to gain infamy. Ooh. I'll save that for when Marcus is in the lead again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now end of the round. $8.26. Nope, we didn't move. Is dial A at 0? Yes.
Let us aboard!
Cries the enemy crew as their boat sinks, but you all grunt in disapproval.
We have booze!
They cry, "Welcome aboard!" You call back.
All right. Crew goes up by 2.
I guess it's a good thing we lowered the crew then, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, it won't. Nothing will happen if we're already at max. So. All right.
Or at the point the booze level has gone up.
Right. Highest infamy player moves the ship. So.
Back to our original captain.
Boo.
Oh, I'm going to go to that spot.
What?
Which is 30.
He's gonna run us aground.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm gonna run us right into that ship on the right side. See that one ship all the way over there? He's protecting all of you guys.
Uh-huh. Sure, I'm getting as far away from that ship as I can.
I want to know what happens if we hit that ship.
You know what happens. All right. So, all right. So we're removing that from the game. Play special token 971 on that spot. Okay. Return all the revealed navigation tokens face down, so that's fine. Now we're going to page 37. Marcus, if you can do that on the web for me. We are to check threat. Right now our threat is 1, and so that does not put us over, so we're good. All right, so we're on this forest island. I guess I will go first. I will no, I'll go to the forest shack. Marcus?
I'll search the shit forest.
Arr. Thou at Stonewall?
I want buried treasure.
You don't have any treasure.
I don't. Oh.
No cards. You already buried the one.
Oh, I see.
You could work the ship. Looks like that's got an opportunity to get some treasure.
Got it.
Arnold Nasty.
I'm going to go to the forest shack as well.
That's a single.
That's one person.
Yep, that's a one person.
Oh, how do I know?
Because it's a blue and it's only got the one pirate on there. The green ones let you do multiple people.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I could try working the ship.
And Landlubber Kate.
I's gonna bury treasure.
All right. So first up is the forest shack. That's me. So am I sharing the correct thing on my Discord? Yep. Okay. So I'm either going to knock on the door, search the crates behind the shack, raid the shack. Do I need brawn? Sure, I'll raid. No. I'm going to knock on the door. Let's just be nice. 357.
You knock on the front door, but no one answers. When you knock a second time, you hear a rattling sound, and several bones roll off the roof and land near your feet. One is clearly a human hip bone. You decide you've seen enough and leave.
So I get a reroll, and now that one's locked. All right, Yoder. Yo-ho-hoder.
Yep.
You're searching the forest.
Correct.
So 362. All right, here you go.
You follow a trail made in the forest. Eventually, it splits in two.
Follow the path more worn, or follow the path choked with weeds and leaves?
Weeds and leaves.
That's it. We're all dead.
The unused path, though it barely qualifies as a path. You are thinking of turning back when something catches your eye. It's a human skeleton, Well, human-ish anyway. The head is overlarge, and the arms and legs are overlong, and the canines in the mouth are far too pointy for your liking. Feeling the skeleton is an important discovery. You bundle it in your cloak and carry it back to the ship. The captain's eyes light up.
By all the gods,
He gasps and gives an appreciative whistle.
this, boys and girls, is a remnant of the old world that was.
But what is it exactly? You inquire.
I couldn't rightly say, but I've heard tales. Tales of apes the size of people, who walked and talked like we did. Supposedly, they had a great kingdom once, long before magic was sealed away from the world. Or there are tales of people changed by foul magics. Monstrous they was, and craving human flesh. Whatever the case, me mateys, I suspect we will one day know the answer.
He stows the bones in a crate and canters back to his quarters in a merry mood.
All right, Marcus, you get a reroll.
Woot! Woot!
All right, to work in the ship, Thywit Stonewall.
Amped.
All right, you get to pick 2 of the following. You can repair the hull, scare off, and that one you can do multiple times. You can scare off pesky sea squirrels, which gains supplies and bumps up your infamy by 3. You can chart a course, which lets us scout 2 spaces, so that'd be like you can see what a space is before we actually move into it.
Do it.
What fun would that be?
You could rummage through others' belongings. Basically, anybody who's not working the ship, you can steal a treasure card.
Okay. Well, so like if I choose the chart a course, then you're going to draw the tiles and go ahead and put them there, and they're going to stay, and we get to see what they are.
Correct.
And always go for danger.
Always ignore Marcus. Or actually pay attention and do the opposite. How's that?
Yeah. Actually, chart a course would be one of the ones I want to choose because that gives me +1 navigation, and that's cool.
All right, go ahead and bump that up. And where do you want your where do you want to scout? It has to be basically anywhere around the ship.
Oh, I guess I see where you're heading. How about the southwest?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boo.
Okay, and for your second one?
Oh, just in case you know who gets control of the ship, how about just to the southeast?
Right there?
Yep.
I'm known as the guy that's trying to kill us.
All right. So that was your first choice, was scouting or charting a course. What is your second choice?
For the second one, let's see. Since I'm in charge of supplies, I'll do scare off the pesky squirrels.
Okay. Bump up supplies by 1, and bump up your infamy by 3.
Whoa, by 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Boo.
Yay.
Wait, hang on.
That's the wrong way. Yeah.
I can't go any higher. I could only go up 2.
That's fine. And we got our supplies. Great. All right. So that makes Marcus further down. So yes, good choice.
I'm sorry, everybody. It's I can't help it. It's the marauder in me.
Arnold the Nasty. You're working the ship, so you have the same 2 choices.
So I'm going to rummage through Coconut Britches' treasure. See if there's something I want there.
All right. Go ahead.
I get to see them first, is that?
Yes. Next to my name in the infamy thing, there's a little hand, so you can see what my cards are.
Oh, I see.
And then I think, let's see, I think there's like a, yeah. And then there's a hand on the card, and you just take whichever one you want.
Oh, I got to have the rum.
There you go.
And then I'm going to also scare off the pesky sea squirrels.
Okay. Bump up supplies by 1.
And Arnold takes over the ship. Ha!
He does, actually. So, Stonewall, that's you.
I'm sorry. Okay, you go up. How much? 3?
Yes.
Yes.
Up by 3, and supplies by 1.
All right.
And then Kate is burying treasure. So you can bury up to 2 treasure cards. And whenever, yeah. So for each card that you bury, then you get to fill in a star on your constellation.
I'll just bury 1.
Okay. So that's the end of the round. Threat goes up by 1.
Okay, that's me.
So here, has anyone filled in an exclamation point on their constellation?
I have.
All right. So I guess if you're the only one, then go ahead and cash that in and fill in one of your constellation events, your top constellation event, on the other side of your pirate sheet.
Yep.
And read that to us.
We came to a wrecked merchant vessel, so I swam down to the bottom to gather loot with a crewmate. I made it to the bottom with no issue, but Arnold the Nasty barely survived. I maintain that because I'm in peak physical condition, and not because I'm a magically animated skeleton that don't need no breath, as some of my crew have insisted. I get treasure +2, and Arnold the Nasty gains +1 misfortune.
Another one?
Yep.
So I get 2 treasure cards?
Yep. So just hit the plus there.
Boom.
And remember on your next skill check, DP, that you need to do 2 rolls and you take the lower of the numbers. And then you can mark that misfortune off.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got 2 of them now.
All right.
Can you use the all 3 treasure cards in one sitting?
Okay. Don't know why not.
And can I use it now, or do I have to wait for my next turn?
It's not your turn right now. Let me see your card here.
Oh, because Majestic Taupe.
Yeah. Most of them are going to be so that one should have happened. Did you just draw that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that happens when you draw the card.
Okay, so I got you gain this card.
Oh my gosh.
Infamy +4.
All right. So bump up his infamy by 4.
Plus swagger +2.
Well, your swagger +2, that's not going to be marked on your chart, but you add that to whenever you do a swagger check.
Okay, I see. Boom.
Yep.
Well, I was in charge for a second there.
Yeah. All right. So he's got one awesome toupee there. Stonewall, bump up his infamy by 4. Yep.
And that's Yoder.
Yep.
Yoder
Just in the
being
nick of
stealthy.
time.
Yep.
All right. So are we staying or are we leaving?
We're leaving.
All right. Which way are we moving?
I don't know. I gotta see this map.
Okay. I think I need to switch.
Yep. Can you zoom in a little bit more? I want to see the two cards. 23.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We're
So
going
do you
to
have to-
war.
Do you have to look them up first, or you knew that?
Oh no! So because Stonewall he did the vision of the locations. We got to preview what the cards would be.
Yeah, but I don't know what 23 is.
Oh, there's a number on the cards on the map. If you're looking at the
Yeah, I see that. I just don't know what the text is that goes with 23.
Oh.
I
yeah,
just saw a ship.
We don't know either, so we're going to find that out here in just a second.
Oh, okay. So
He went there because he saw a ship there, so he's wanting to attack him.
the scouting ahead doesn't give you what the encounter is, just gives you
A preview.
Right.
okay.
Right. So like this one's, you can tell it's an island, but it's kind of foggy, and so it's mysterious. Sometimes you can see a storm or something, and
Or a sea serpent.
Yeah, or a sea serpent. Let me switch back to there.
Well, I'm certainly fine with going to war.
All right, this is for the gunner, which is Marcus.
A royal frigate approaches, and you oversee the crew responsible for loading the cannons. A muffled, gurgling scream from behind you steals your attention, and turning you see two men dressed in all black and soaking wet. The royal insignia covers their left breasts, and you realize your crew faces some new threat heretofore unknown.
Sails!
Captain Vance bellows.
Unfurl the sails! Flee, me mateys! We must flee!
All right. So, Marcus, or excuse me, Yoder, do we leave your crew to their fate and run to the sails to save the ship? Or do you engage the invaders and save your crew?
It's a hard one. Leave your crew to their fate and run to the sails and save the ship.
Okay.
You dash off to the sails and succeed in helping to ready the ship so your enemies might be evaded. Later, when you return to fend off the invaders, you see the grisly cost of abandoning your crew.
Okay, so we're dropping our crew by 2. Want to remove 23 from the game.
That's not a grisly cost.
No, they're expendable. Besides, we just got those 2 from the last encounter.
All right, we're going to page 55. Is Hawkeye written on the ship's log? No. All right, set dial A to 5 and dial B to 6. All right, time to fight. Yoder, you're first up. Arnold the Nasty.
What should I do? I'm going to try rallying the crew. I've not done that.
Yeah. Die with Stonewall?
Okay, so when I'm looking down at our 3 cannons, and the one that has +3 is already loaded, and the other 2 don't have pluses.
Mhm.
So
That means we only have one cannon to boost our aim, our shots.
So we can still fire cannon. I don't really need to load anymore, do I?
We can use, so the cannons, we can still shoot. The cannons provide a bonus to those shots, basically.
Right, but the two available
BRB.
don't have any bonuses, so
Right, so we only have one bonus available to us.
and it's already loaded, so I would be wasting my turn to say load cannons, right?
No.
No, if you load cannons, then you'll be loading the two that aren't loaded right now.
Oh, okay. I must have misunderstood earlier. I thought you'd said we could fire even if those weren't loaded.
We can.
Sure.
We just don't get the bonus.
Means you have a higher chance of missing.
Right, higher chance of missing.
But if you load the level 2 cannon, that's more effective than the level 1s.
Right. It's not completely thematic in that even though even if all cannons were unloaded, we could still fire. We just don't get the bonus.
Okay, but I guess my question is on the level 2 cannon, I don't see any bonus there, so what's the benefit?
Well,
That's because it's unloaded.
because it's unloaded.
Oh,
So
it won't
if you
show
load
to-
cannons, then you'll load the cannon and then level 2 would be loaded for whoever's on fire cannons.
Okay, all right, I'm with you. Okay, load.
Okay. Coconut Bridges is me. We need people firing cannons, so I'm going firing.
Arr.
Arr. Let's take them out. Landlubber Kate.
Chill with the raid.
I think hanging a load of cannon. Too.
Hey, Bo Frawley. Hey, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you, Chill. I'm Marcus
All right.
B814.
First up
is.
is
Thank you, Chill.
Rally in
I'm
the
Marcus
Crew.
B814. I usually stream
Whoa.
Star Wars: The Old Republic
Sorry.
on Tuesdays, Wednesdays,
DP,
and Saturdays, but
bump
this
up your swagger
weekend,
by
my
one
guild AIE
and
is
perform
hosting
a
a
swagger
virtual
check.
con, and this is one of the board game nights that I signed up for. Earlier tonight, I did an indie game developer
Could you
panel
zoom in
with
on that
Nick
a little bit
Arafino, and it went really
Sure.
well. So I'm finishing the night doing this, and I will be back to streaming SOTOR
Okay, I rolled an
Monday
8.
night with
Okay.
Tuesday night. I'm sorry, with some hard mode content. So it's awesome. Thanks for
And
coming by.
What is it
How's
after
everybody doing
your, so you have at least one.
Yeah, I'm just at 1.
Okay. So your swagger's a 9 then? So
No, I rolled a 7, so I got an 8. Doesn't matter. But
okay. Yeah, it's in the same range. Sorry, you said you rolled an 8, so I was adding 1 for you. So, all right. So you get to choose 2 of the following. You can get a reroll token.
okay,
Choose another player to. Go ahead.
I'm going to get a reroll token and reduce the enemy hull by 1.
Okay. Marcus, take care of that.
And where do I
On it.
put the reroll token in my...
Just on your pirate sheet, just kind of keep track of
Okay.
how many reroll tokens. Make sure to mark it off after you use it. Also, did you had some misfortunes? Did you roll twice and choose the lower number?
Oh, okay. I thought that was just for exploration. But I'll roll again.
You have to do that until you run out of misfortune. So
Okay,
I
that's
wasn't
good.
keeping track of how many misfortunes you have, but you do that once and you're able to mark a misfortune off.
Yeah, this is the first time I've remembered to do it, so I'll just do it now.
Okay.
And so I'm rolled an 8 on the second one, which is a 9. So same thing.
Okay.
Whew.
So we're in the same range there.
Thank you.
Right. All right. Loading cannons. First is Stonewall. So you're going to choose 2 of the following. Spend a supply to load a cannon. Bump up your infamy by 1. And get a reroll token.
Okay. Okay, I'll choose the first one. So we're going to spend one supply. I'll drop it.
All right. I'm assuming you want to load the level 2.
Yes.
Boom.
All right.
And
No problem.
I
Kogas.
will
Thanks for hanging
choose
out.
one infamy.
Okay. And then Landlubber Kate. Same choices.
I'll load the other cannon then, which drops our supplies down 1. And then I will also gain 1 infamy point.
All right.
Look where Albus is. The bottom. Arrgh.
Oh man, and Marcus is on top. All right. Firing cannons.
You can go first.
Nope, it's infamy order. So,
All right, me.
when to break a tie or whatever.
So we're gonna shoot the level 2.
All right, so bump up your aim by 1.
Okay.
What are you targeting? The hull or the sails?
Hull.
And then you're going to use the cannon. So you'll add 5 plus your roll plus whatever your aim is. Plus.
So okay, so I'm gonna use my first treasure card, which is sack o' gunpowder. It says discard to gain +1 to aim. So I'm gonna do another one to +1, but that's only for this one, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
Yep,
so
so
that
you
one's gone. And then okay, so that's +4 +5 for the loaded cannon, so that's 9, and now I roll, right?
Right.
And I got a 9.
So 18.
Yep.
All right. Reduce the dial by 3.
Boom.
Boomba. Infamy goes up by 3, which he's already maxed out.
I'm at the top.
All right, and make sure to unload that level 2 cannon.
Thanks, Kate.
Yeah. Or
Oh, and Stonewall.
in Stony, yep.
You guys saved the day.
Yeah. All right, I'm bumping up my aim by 1, which gives me a star, so I get to fill in another circle. I'm going to go ahead and use a cannon just because I want to make sure we take it out. So that's going to be 4.
Left or right one?
I don't care.
We'll do the right. Okay, it's unloaded.
So 4. As long as I roll. Oh, seriously? I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
Huh. Do you have a reroll token?
I do have a reroll. I'm marking a reroll off. Three, so that gets us up there at least. So, reduce the dial by 1.
And you want to attack the hull?
The hull. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. I should have.
Okay. 0. It's dead-zo.
Yep. Had to hit it. All right. So that's that. End of the round. Didn't move. Dial A is at 0. Yay!
Let us aboard!
Cries the enemy crew as
same
their boat
crew, right?
sinks. But you all grunt in disapproval.
We have booze!
They cry, "Welcome aboard!" You call back.
All right, bump up our crew by 2.
It's probably the same crew that got killed earlier this round.
Let's see, who's our crew? I think that's Kate, right? That's keeping track of the crew.
Kate, you here?
Can't see me?
Woman overboard.
One of the
Oh, maybe
ones-
she just had to step away.
Maybe. All right, we'll remember that here in just a minute. Highest infamy player is Marcus, and he gets to move the ship. So let me switch over to that.
We're still on. Yep.
All right, Marcus,
Okay.
where are we moving?
So, can we go into the clouds at 977?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, let's go there.
Okay.
Exciting.
Just let me know what page to turn to. Is it page 977?
Is clearing stone written on the ship's log? No, it is not. Is this your first time visiting the ocean's edge? Yep.
It's a flat Earth.
Y'all did, I did switch. No, I didn't. Hang on a second.
Kasemi, are you back?
I'm here.
Oh, can you bump the crew up too?
Alright, cool.
Thanks, you're awesome.
You stare out into the moonlit waters ahead, watching as you creep closer to the ocean's edge. The captain walks up to you, taking an interest in the somber look on your face.
What's going on, me matey?
He asks. Captain? You respond meekly. Do you really think we're all gonna sail past the ocean's edge? I mean, how do you know the stone's gonna work? Every crew that's ever attempted going deep into that place has never returned. It's the end of the world, Captain. The captain stops you by putting a hand on your shoulder.
Settle down, me matey, settle down. It's all gonna be all right.
But how do you know? You respond, unconvinced. The captain looks straight into your eyes, a move that makes you uneasy. The joy and wild exuberance that usually lies within his gaze fades into a calm and steady stare that pierces you.
I don't.
He responds.
I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if I'm leading us all to the depths of Davy Jones' locker. But I know there has to be more to the world than this. There have been so many clues, so many moments in my life that have told me this place is real. This world that we live in now is broken, and you know it. You can feel it in your bones. I want to see it whole again.
The captain pushes a tin cup of rum into your hands.
Now have a drink and enjoy yourself, me matey. We're still alive, aren't we? And that's worth celebrating.
You sip your drink and let out a small chuckle. To the ocean's edge, I guess.
Alright, hull goes down by 1. Everybody gains a reroll token. Yay! And we're going to page 15. I can't click on my, oh, there we go. I must have flipped it over accidentally.
I can't see the map.
Alright, we are to check threat. Our threat is at 2, so that means we're over the limit. So I'm going to read 791.
A sickly-looking parrot crashes onto the deck. The crew gathers around it, thinking it is surely dead.
Oh,
sad Sally.
Stop your weeping.
Captain Vance chuckles as he pushes everyone aside.
This here is me old parrot Flapjacks, and believe me, he will outlive us all. What is it, me boy?
Flapjack jumps to life, rustling the sad patch of feathers on his back.
Razor on the move.
The parrot squawks.
Razor coming for you. Coming for you all.
The crew gasps, fearing what Captain Razor would do if he found them.
Best get moving then.
Captain Vance shouts.
All right, our discontent goes up by 1. We move special token 962, so switch back.
Ooh, I bet that's the enemy ship.
It is. All right, it moves towards us, so I guess that'll be like that one. Nope, not in the same space, so we're good. Okay, remove all threat from the threat track.
Sweet. Goodbye, threat.
See ya. All right. Okay. So now we're starting the round. Marcus, start us out. All right.
What do you mean it's red? It has to be done. Oh wait,
Well,
before
yeah.
wait. Can I hold on. Can I want to discard one of my treasure cards and add 2 to the supplies?
That'll be on your turn, so that'll be.
Oh, I thought this was my turn. Okay, sorry about that.
That's all right. Thiwit Stonewall.
Maybe I'll comfort the crew. Since they got a little bit of discontent going.
Okay, good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, smart. Arnold the Nasty. Arnold the Nasty.
I'm gonna go search the ship's graveyard.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
'Cause that's fun.
Landlubber Kate.
I guess I'll feed the crew.
Okay.
Do you not want to feed the crew? You want everybody to starve? Go on that diet, the non-eating one.
The non-eating diet.
Yes.
Well, they're probably going to die pretty soon. So if they die, you don't have to feed them.
All right. Kate is up first. So you get to feed the hungry crew, spending supplies, which we will need 5 because our crew's at 9. Our hunger is 5. You can ask them to go hungry, which bumps up their discontent, but gives you swagger, drops your infamy. Or you can let them raid the supplies, which bumps up your infamy, but all of our supplies go to 0.
Options and options.
I have +2 coming to the supplies as soon as it's my turn. Oh, I wanted to try this.
On the other hand, we don't want our crew to get too discontented, I guess. So
Well, I'm about to comfort them.
I didn't say this. I didn't read the full thing. If you feed them, then your infamy goes up by 1 and discontent goes down by 1. I left that part out. Sorry.
yeah, I'll just go ahead and feed them rather than letting them raid.
Okay.
So that reduces the supplies down to what, 2?
Yep. Supplies goes down to 2. Kate's infamy goes up by 1. Stonewall.
Okay, sorry. How did you know that the supplies went down 5?
Because the hunger is 5.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
That adjusts with the number of crew that we have. So, and then discontent goes down by 1. Great. Ship's graveyard. So, our nasty, bump up your hunting by 1 and do a hunting check.
What?
Okay, I rolled a 4, which becomes a 5.
Okay. So a 5 is 278.
There's something in the water!
Cries the sailor. He dangles over the dark waters, suspended by the rope coming from the winch. Of course there is, you call back. Whole bloody point of a salvage operation, isn't it? Hang on, we're lowering you down.
No, wait!
He cries, but it's too late. The crewman manning the winch dips the diver into the water, dunking the sailor up to his waist. The man begins to scream almost immediately. Pull it back up, you bellow, but the crank resists the crewman's burly arms. There's a terrible crack as the crane arm snaps. The crewman cries out, and both are flung into the water. Men overboard! You call, but it's too late. Both crew members have vanished in the still, dark waters.
Bummer.
Gee, that's too bad.
DP's like, too bad we just fed them.
Yeah, I told you we
Exactly.
should wait.
Ah,
All right.
Wasted chicken legs.
All right. Tywit Stonewall. You're comforting the crew. Choose 2 of the following. Trade with a crewmate, which means you get to gain a reroll or discard a treasure and draw a new one. You can slap a hysterical crew member, bump up your brawn by 1, or you can calm a crew member, which we're going to read an event.
Okay, so you do recall in my background what my preferred weapon is. The Coxswain's titular hammer of slapping.
oh, this is awesome.
So I choose to slap a hysterical crew member, and then I'm also going to calm a crew member.
All right, bump up your brawn by 1. 282. Quite appropriate.
These cursed waters won't stop us, you assure the sailor. Just hang in there,
You got it, boss.
he says, and slips a noose over his neck. That's not what I meant, you snap. This is just temporary, I promise,
Much like our lives.
he replies.
Temporary and meaningless.
That's enough of that, you yell, and dragging him above deck, toss him over the side of the railing. When you fish him sputtering from the waters, he seems to have shaken the destructive melancholy. Feel better? You ask him.
Just enough to keep going.
He sighs. Perfect. That's all I need.
All right, Stonewall's infamy goes up by 2.
Yar.
Yarr. Okay, that was Stonewall, so Captain's Quarters is me. So I'm going to read 43.
I beg Begging pardon, Captain, you say, knocking on the door to his quarters. I was hoping I could speak to you about this sailing past the ocean's edge business. Some of the crew be worried, Captain.
I'll stop you right there, me matey.
He interrupts. Vance points to a group of books lying on the table.
All these I swiped from the Bond family when I was a boy. They speak of the land of sunset, a world of unimaginable riches and magic. And everyone shares such similarities that I'm convinced they ain't just coincidence.
But how do you know they ain't just stories, Captain? The captain sighs, as if he's explained this all before.
I'll tell you what, me matey. You settle the crew down a bit, and I'll fill you in on some more. Once we have a moment to rest up on land.
You nod and walk away, feeling no better, but you still do your best to calm the crew.
Okay, discontent goes down by 1. And I get to gain the skill of my choice. I guess I'll go for hunting. That gives me another dot. That gives me a constellation point. Woohoo! A CP. Alright. Where we at? Next up is Marcus Sailing.
So
Bump up your navigation by 1. Oh, I didn't switch.
I'm gonna discard the sack of moldy fruit and gain 2 supplies.
Okay, great. Bump up supplies by 2.
By the way, I got a constellation event.
Great. Okay, did you bump up your navigation by 1, Marcus, and do a navigation check?
Yep. So I had +1, and I just rolled an 8.
So we're at 9.
Yep.
Okay, infamy goes up by 1.
Marcus on top again.
Yep. Captain Marcus. And with that, we only have to spend 2 supplies to, 2 between supplies and or hull to move a space.
So, is there an option to not move because it's the end of the round and I'll get to move anyway?
You may spend to move the ship. So I guess that, yes, I guess that is an option.
So I'm not going to do it. I'll save everything and then it's the end of the round and we'll be able to move.
Yeah, I think this is how we move. I don't think we're going to have that option.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what do you guys think? What do you think, Kate? 1 and 1?
1 supply and 1 hull?
Yeah.
Seems reasonable to me.
Or 2 supplies.
Yeah, it seems very small.
I'm sorry to pick on you.
He's not
So
ready.
how far are we planning on moving? Are we on? I think we're at 7, 8, 17. If you
Yeah, we're going down.
We're just 1 from the island of where we're trying to get to, so we only have to spend 2.
Yeah, I guess if we're just moving 1 space, then that seems reasonable.
Okay.
1 and 1.
So 1 supply, 1 hull.
Stupid genius.
I assume we're going to the island there,
Hey,
Marcus.
man.
Or
Yeah.
are you going back around to go for the?
So I want to go north 1. I'm just kidding. 963.
All right.
How's it going? How's your night?
All right. End of the round is 8:06.
So when do I get my
Howdy.
constellation event?
The game will tell you.
What page do I have to turn to?
We're doing the end of the round right now, so we're not there yet. Okay, bump up threat by 1.
Yeah.
I think that's
This is awesome.
DP. Yep, there you go. And now, starting with the highest infamy, we resolve our constellation events. So, Marcus, do you have one?
No.
Stony?
I'm sorry. I was reading something. Can you repeat?
Do you have any constellation events from those
I do not.
Okay. Kate?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead and cash that in. Mark off the first constellation event and read that for us.
I had a dream. Someone was holding me tight, telling me I was going far away. Can't be sure, but I think we were riding on a seahorse. I couldn't see their face, but I felt like I knew them somehow. It says discontent goes down by 1, and I get 2 reroll tokens.
Sweet.
Great. All right. Arnold the Nasty.
Arr. I tickle fought a man for over an hour before sending him to his god. He had been there all those years ago. Maybe it didn't matter that he didn't pull the trigger or give the order. Maybe that matters is that he didn't do anything to stop it. Maybe I don't even need reasons now. And my infamy goes up by 3.
Oh, okay. Stonewall. Infamy for Arnold goes up by 3.
Okay, sorry. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right. And I get 1 too. So Arnold the Nasty thought I was a fool for
Everybody,
altering our course.
Sorry, we're deep
but I
into
couldn't
this
ignore
board
my
game.
instinct.
Don't forget to
I'd
hit
seen
that
that
follow button.
I had seen what
so
would
you
happen
can
to our
come see
crew
me
if we
stream
stayed on course.
on
Perhaps
my main stream
when
nights.
we ended up,
And this is awesome.
sorry,
We're playing
perhaps where
Forgotten
we ended
Waters,
up wasn't much better.
part of the AIECon
But does that mean I can
event.
change the events in my vision? So I get 2 reroll tokens, and I get to scout 2 spaces.
Sweet.
So we'll switch back. So I'll go here. Oh, just what Marcus wants to see.
Oh yeah.
And I'll go here. More of what Marcus wants to see. Oh wait, that's a storm.
Yeah, the storm. We don't want the storm though.
Well, if we spend enough supplies, we can sail through that ship and just stop there. All right.
Can you shoot the storm with a cannon?
All right. So now it asks us, did the ship move? And yes, we did move. And we're on 963.
So we won, huh?
This is actually the halfway mark, so
We did win.
we already visited the island? No.
Just let me know what page we gotta turn to.
I'm sorry.
Let me know what page.
I get too excited.
A collection of small houses nestled into the cliff's edge that overlooks the ocean. You hear the distant rumbling of the watery barrier that marks the ocean's edge, and you wonder who could choose to live in such a place. You follow Captain Vance to a rickety old bridge that leads to one of the cliffside houses.
Been a long time, me mateys, but I always loved coming here.
He says. The house itself is a crumbling structure made of mismatched parts. You notice a lovely golden telescope reaching out past a hole in the roof, staring up at the dark sky. The captain removes his hat and, licking the palm of his hand, tries to smooth down his great white tangle of hair. When he reaches the door, he gives a nervous knock. The door opens to an old woman whose body and clothing seem to keep with the rest of the house's theme.
JJ?
She exclaims.
Just Boot Vance, get your butt over here.
And the two give each other a happy embrace. You learn her name is Esmeralda, and she is quickly able to decipher the map.
Red Rock Island, the Painted Caverns.
She instructs.
That's where you'll be finding that stone.
When you leave a half hour later, bellies warm with tea, Esmeralda grabs one of you by the arm and whispers,
"Take care of him."
And you can see she looks scared.
He's dreamed of this forever. Never enough in this world to keep him happy, keep him satisfied. But it's dangerous. A person who plumbs the abyss too long will never truly make it back out. You remember that.
You leave Esmeralda's home, happy to find that the captain hasn't led you astray, but concerned that the mission you are on is becoming all the more real.
All right, so we have to remove everything I just scouted. And let's see. We write painted caverns on the ship's log.
Arr.
And that's kind of how the game keeps track of, you've been to a place or whatever, because you know how it asks us, is painted caverns written on the log or whatever, or is Hawkeye written on the log, that kind of stuff. So, all right, remove all threat from the track. So, okay. Congratulations, you've reached the end of part 1. And as I kind of described, the game's split up in 2 parts. So it's about 4 hours for the full game and about 2 hours per half. So we're at the half. So
we won.
Yeah. I mean, so we're just now's a good stopping spot. It's a little bit early, but I intended to build a little bit of cushion in there because we were new, and I was going to have to be teaching the game and stuff. So, but anyway, at this point, there's a save game type thing where you write the stats down on the ship's log and that kind of stuff, and you can easily pick it back up. So, what'd you guys think?
This was awesome.
It's fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I like it because it's mostly cooperative, but you can backstab your friends a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. I did like that.
Too. I like that description too, mostly cooperative. So, but yeah, I really like the art. I like the story, the voice acting on the app and stuff. So.
For me, it was really nice meeting Katsumi and Stony for the first time.
Yeah, you too.